If you are a target of organized gang stalking, then you will already know that vehicular stalking is one of the various ways that the Stasi Nazi occult network harass, intimidate, track, and spy on you while you're on the move. In fact, vehicular stalking tends to commence as soon as the target leaves their home. It's even worse when you're on foot. Stalker vehicles tend to include, but are not limited to, police vehicles marked, police vehicles unmarked, ambulance vehicles, the most common, and they are also the noisiest of all, highway service vehicles, your neighbor's vehicles and their affiliates, color-coded vehicles, company or organizational vehicles, e.g., BT OpenReach vehicles, United Utilities vehicles, Morrison's Data Services vehicles, Salford Van Hire vehicles, SSE/OVO Energy vehicles, Liverpool City Council vehicles, Blackpool City Council vehicles, private hire taxis, black cabs, just to name a few. These stalker vehicles tend to observe various vehicular stalking protocols that are easily identifiable to those in the know, and consequently show that they are directly affiliated with organized gang stalking terrorism. For more information on the various vehicular stalking protocols, please view the following videos on this channel titled Number 1, Vehicular Stalking Protocols, Stasi Gang Terrorism, and Number 2, VNS, Vehicular Notification System with Evidence. On the 22nd of September 2023, I decided to go to the shopping center to pick up some groceries. The shopping center is a walking distance from my home, and I always travel there on foot. This is a location that I'm no stranger to either. The Organized Gang Stalking Network are aware of this and can also predict when I'm going to this particular shopping center by way of RNM, which is Remote Neural Monitoring, and studying my travel and shopping patterns. One thing is for certain. Whenever I leave the house, I am able to observe and capture some form of vehicular stalking taking place every single time. It's been going on for years. The 22nd of September 2023 was no different. One thing that the vehicular stalkers like to do in this particular shopping center is that they like to perform a VIS in the parking lot and lay in wait for me as I arrive on foot. And VIS stands for Vehicle in Situ. So this is when a perpetrator is sitting in a vehicle and waiting for the target to walk past. They do this ahead of the target and can be observed along the travel route to the target's destination, as well as at the most likely destination where the target is traveling to. They are always, and I mean always, sitting in their stationary vehicles, playing on their phones, and refuse to make eye contact with me, the target. There is usually more than one of these stalker vehicles parked in the parking lot too. So on the 22nd of September 2023, as I approached the parking lot of the shopping center, I immediately saw an Uber driver, an Uber taxi driver, private hire, parked close to the entrance of the parking lot. I noticed that the driver was sitting there and focusing on his phone. He was looking down. Due to the numerous vehicular stalking encounters that I have had over the years, my immediate suspicion was that this was definitely a perp. Let's have a look, shall we? By the way, please pay attention to the time too. Always look out for the perps. That are parked up in the car park. Always. it seems that there's lots of them. After I had finished shopping, I decided to leave the grocery store and leave the parking lot because that's the way I leave the area. I leave the store and I walk through the parking lot to leave the area. I also decided to switch my body camera on because I know how rampant the stalking is. With that being said, here's what I captured. Got same taxi driver, GX16XKO. He's leaving when I'm leaving, GX16XKO. Got him. Unbelievable. So you mean to tell me that the Uber taxi was parked in the parking lot with the driver inside it and no passengers when I arrived, and this same Uber taxi left the parking lot with no passengers, just the driver, coincidentally at the same time I had finished shopping and was walking home? You couldn't make this up. He obviously decided to leave the place, seeing as there was no reason for him to be there any longer. The target had left the area. His job was to spy on the target, that's me, and report back to his handlers at the Stasi Nazi Gang Stalking Terrorism Headquarters. This is just one of the numerous occasions where I have noticed and documented this sort of vehicular stalking behaviors. I'd also like to mention that I am no stranger to being stalked by private hire taxis either. In fact, this was the worst in the city of Liverpool, United Kingdom. Coincidentally, on this very same exact day, I had just suffered a terrible microwave attack at night and during the early hours of the morning. Now, the following things were also happening on the same day, okay? We had street theater from the neighbors, and this will be the same neighbors launching the microwave attacks. Fake repairs and building companies and their vehicular stalking vans turn up and are pretending to do work but are part of the organized microwave harassment campaign. Hacking of the front door CCTV camera, yes. The neighborhood perps have hacked the front door CCTV camera so that when main perps or those who are pulling the trigger are walking past the front door, the camera doesn't see them at all. They are invisible to the camera. Coincidentally, whenever they walk past, the camera just refuses to record them, and that's because the camera has been hacked. Neighbors deliberately trespassing into our yard as a form of mockery and provocation. They trespass every time, and this will be the same neighbors launching the microwave attacks, so you can sort of see what's going on here. This is just to name a couple of things, by the way, but it's the same neighbors launching the microwave attacks at night and during the daytime, electronic harassment, microwave harassment, are the same exact so-called neighbors that are involved in these various forms of provocation as well as hacking, cyber terrorism too. This video is further proof of the extent of the organized gang stalking network and their vehicular stalking operations. It should be an eye-opener to any targeted individual who might have noticed strange behaviors from private hire taxis. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Your support goes a long way. Stay tuned for the next video, and don't forget to protect yourself at all times.